Good morning friends, welcome back to my channel Coding Environment. This video will be the continuation of the last video where we have seen what is queue, what is circular queue and what is doubly-ended queue in data structure. This video we are going to cover what is priority queue in data structure, especially in Java. So without making any delay, let's see what is priority queue. So what is a priority queue? A priority queue is an abstract data type that behaves similarly to the normal queue. So this is one thing which we have to notice, that it is just like a normal queue, except that each element has some priority. So this is the main difference between the normal queue and a priority queue. In the normal queue, the elements which is getting inserted into the queue don't have any priority, whereas in the priority queue, each elements which we are inserting into this queue will have some priority, and the elements with the highest priority would come first in priority queue. Also, unlike the normal queue, the priority queue supports only the comparable elements. If we are trying to insert any elements which is not a comparable elements, we will get a class cast exception. Also, the priority of the elements in the priority queue will determine the order in which the elements are removed from the priority queue. So the elements having the highest priority will get removed from the priority queue at first. So now suppose we have an array whose size is 7. Now if I want to insert these 7 elements into this queue, let's see how this priority queue behaves. Now suppose this is the element which I want to insert into this queue. So I want to insert this third into this queue. So let's insert this 3 at first place. So this 3 got inserted here. Now assuming that the number which is having the highest will have the highest priority. So if you see, now suppose if I want to insert the number 5 into this queue, being number 5 which is having a higher priority than 3, it will come at the first. So what will happen? The 3 will move here. So the 3 will move here and this 5 will get inserted at this place. So at the index 0, my 5 will get inserted. So if this is my index 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I inserted 2 elements into this priority queue. This 5 is at the 0th index and now 3 is at the index 1. Now suppose if I want to insert 2 into this priority queue, where this 2 will get inserted? The 2 is having the lower priority than 5 and also having the lower priority than 3. So the 2 will get inserted at this place. Now I want to insert 6. Because 6 is having the highest priority which is currently present into this queue, 6 will move to the position 0. So 6 will come here. Now all this 5 will get here, 3 will go here and 2 will go here. So see, this 2 will go here, now 3 will be here and 5 will be here. And this index will be fit with 6. Now if I want to insert 1, where it will go? It will go at this place, right? Because 1 is the lowest of all this and it can go and sit here. Now if I want to insert 7, 7 is having the highest priority, which is all the elements present into the queue. So 7 can fit. So all these elements will move here, right? So it will move to this place. So it will go here 1, then 2, then 3, 5 and 6 will come here and 7 will come here. So see, all this thing gets shifted here. Like this. Now if I want to insert 9, again 9 is having the highest priority, right? So again everything will move one position to the right. So 7 will come here, 6 will come here, 6, then 5, then 3, then 2, then 1. So you can see this. So this is the way we are going to insert the element. Whenever we are trying to insert any element into the queue, before the element get inserted into the queue, the priority of that element gets calculated, and based on that priority, the element will get fit into that queue. So this is all about the priority queue. Now let's see what are the other operations which we can perform on this priority queue. Now as we have inserted all these elements into this queue, the final result of this insertion we can see in this next slide. So this is the things which we have inserted into this priority queue: 976 5321, and the indexes is 0. So let me write the indexes here. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now in Java we have already now in Java programming language we have already all these methods associated with this priority queue. So whenever we call this add method on any priority queue, it will accept an element and that element will get inserted into this queue. So whatever we have seen here, right, that insertion of an element into the queue, that can be performed using this add operator or add method. Now we have again a method called remove, which will remove the element into the queue which is having the highest priority. Again, this poll will do the same thing. It will go and remove the element from the queue. This pick is used to access the head of the queue, but it will not remove that element from the queue. It will just read it, but don't delete that element from the queue. Now similarly, we have one clear method which will remove all the elements from the queue. It will basically delete all this element present into the queue. Now contains is a method which will be used to check is that element is present into the queue or not. Similarly, offer is a method which is used to insert the element into the queue. So these are some methods which we generally use for a priority queue. So this priority queue is basically a queue, right? It can be implemented using a array or a linked list or a heap data structure or a binary search tree. So see, the implementation of a priority queue can be implemented using an array or a linked list or a heap data structure or a binary search tree. Among all these data structures, the efficient or the best way we can implement this priority queue is using the balanced binary heap. Now you can see we can implement it using the linked list also or using the balanced binary heap, but the performance in the balanced binary heap is highest. It's order of log n, this is order of log n, and this is order of 1. This is a constant. And also in this linked list, the insertion of the element takes an order of 1, removal of the element can take the order of n, and the peak can also take the order of n. So this is just for the reference. If I go in detail why this is taking an order of 1 and why this one is taking a O log n, this video will be very long. So in this video, I am going to cover only what is the performance we can get from the different data structures. Now let's see how this priority queue is implemented in Java. So in Java, this priority queue is implemented by extending this abstract queue. Abstract queue extends the abstract collection class, and also it implements the queue. Again, this queue is an interface. Here you can see this queue is an interface which basically extends the collection interface, and the collection interface extends the iterable interface. Now let's see all these things using a Java code. Now I have already written a Java code. Now for the sake of the time, I have already written that Java program which I am going to explain in this video. So before I should go and explain this video, let's examine this what I have explained in this flowchart. So here you can see this priority queue extends an abstract queue. So you can see I have a priority queue which belongs to the Java util priority queue. It belongs to the Java util package, and basically if you go inside this, what it does is extends the abstract queue class. So here you can see it is extending this abstract queue class. Now if I go and see this abstract queue class, it is basically extends the abstract collection class and implements the queue interface. So it extends that abstract collection class and implements this queue interface. Now if you go and see this queue interface, it extends the collection interface. If you go and see this basically queue interface, it go and extends the collection interface, and this particular collection interface extends the iterable interface. So this is the structure getting followed in Java. Now let's see how we can add, remove, or clear or print the elements of a priority queue. So let me run this code into the debug mode so that we can see one by one all these operations. So let me run this program in a debug mode. Yes. So see here, I have created a priority queue of a string data type. Now a string is a comparable interface. That's why we can insert any string element into this queue. Now once we created this queue, you can see what is the size of this queue. So can you guess what is the size of a priority queue? The by default size of any priority queue is 11. We can go and see in this. So this is the default initial capacity, which is defined here as a 11. So by default, the size of any priority queue is 11. Now once we have defined this priority queue, we can go and add any element into this queue. So now you can see I'm adding a string coding env. So now I added one string into this priority queue. You can see here there is one string coding got inserted into this queue. Again, I can go and insert some more elements. So I inserted coding and env and YouTube also. So I inserted all these elements into this queue. Now once I inserted, I can print all this element by using println. So see here, coding env and YouTube I have already inserted in this priority queue. I can remove any element by using the method remove and specifying that particular element. And if that element is present into the queue, we can go and remove it. So see here, I called this remove method, and once I called this remove method, that env got removed from this priority queue. After removing, we can print this and see after removing that env string, the priority queue is left with only these two strings, which is coding and YouTube. Now after that we can call the method called poll, and it will give us the first element, which is the coding in this case. See here, I got that coding string using that pq.poll method. I can delete this string or any other string left into this queue using the clear method. So what I can do, I can call this pq.clear method. See, this YouTube got deleted, right? Now for the demonstration purpose, I again added all these three elements. Now once we added these three elements, you can see, anyway, we can go ahead and see this. So we saw this these elements basically. We saw this add method, we saw the remove method, we saw this poll method, and then we saw this clear method also. After that, we have some peek method which will give the first element into that queue. So if you see, I got this first element which is coding here. And but you see one thing, when I called this peek, it didn't delete that particular string. It only read that string and then leave that string into the queue only. Now after that, we can use the iterator from the iterable interface also to iterate this priority queue. So here you can see I clearly iterated into this priority queue. So this is all about the priority queue. So this is all about the priority queue in this video. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and stay connected. For time being, have a great day and goodbye.